Do you remember the last time you had a good night's sleep? No nightmares, no waking up at midnight, no tossing and turning until 3 a.m. only to wake up more tired than when you went to bed? If it takes you a few seconds or minutes to think of an answer, then you're not alone. In fact, up to 50% of people over 65 experience sleep-related issues every night. Insomnia, restless sleep, waking up in the middle of the night. All of these have gradually become a normal part of life for many older adults. But is that really normal? The answer is no. It's just familiar. We're used to thinking that the older we get, the harder it is to sleep. Used to waking up in the middle of the night and telling ourselves, that's aging for you. Who isn't like that? But today's science is telling a very different story. A story in which you can be the main character. A story about restoring sleep quality, not with medication, but with food. That's right. What you keep in your fridge, what you put in your mouth every day, could be the key to giving you deep, peaceful sleep and full of energy when you wake up. In today's video, we will share with you 7 foods researched and validated by experts in the US, Australia, and Europe that have been shown to significantly improve sleep quality, especially in older adults. These foods are not only easy to find and prepare, but also carry childhood memories, familiar flavors, and the most essential nutrients that nature has to offer. We won't just tell you what to eat. We'll explain why, how, and why they're so effective. And do you know what's even more interesting? This isn't a vague, theoretical list. These are foods that have been put to the test in clinical studies, in the diets of older adults in nursing homes, at medical centers in Japan, and even in the tranquil neighborhoods of Northern Europe, where older adults live long, healthy lives and sleep soundly every night. So, if you've become too accustomed to relying on sleeping pills, or have ever worried there's no way to sleep well anymore, then give yourself another chance. A chance to discover how the simplest and most familiar things, like a kiwi, a glass of warm milk, or a handful of almonds, can transform the quality of your sleep. If this is your first time visiting the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and press like if you find this information helpful. And if you've ever lain awake all night for no clear reason, or have discovered a trick that helps you sleep better, leave a comment below. Who knows? Your story might help someone else facing the same issue. Are you ready? The journey to reclaim a good night's sleep begins right now. Let's start with one of the most modest nuts that possess tremendous power for sleep: almonds. You may have savored a few crunchy roasted almonds at Thanksgiving gatherings, or nibbled them alongside afternoon tea with your grandchildren. But you've probably never considered that almonds quietly serve as the gatekeeper for your night's rest. Indeed, researchers have discovered that almonds contain abundant magnesium and B vitamins, 2 nutrients closely linked to regulating the nervous system and soothing muscles, the foundation that helps the body relax and enter deep sleep. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition even pointed out that older adults deficient in magnesium are 3 times more likely to experience restless sleep and nighttime awakenings than those with adequate levels of this mineral. But that's not all. What makes almonds even more special is their natural melatonin content. Melatonin, if you're not already aware, is the body's biological clock. It signals when it's time to sleep and when it's time to wake up. While many people rely on supplemental melatonin pills at night, eating a small handful of almonds, about 5 to 10 nuts, in the evening provides a gentle, natural effect without the risk of dependency. Yet it's not just science that tells this story. In the Mediterranean region, renowned for the longevity and healthy sleep of its older residents, almonds are a familiar after-dinner snack. They appear quietly, unlike elaborate desserts or pastries, like a peaceful ritual, a gentle reminder. It's time to rest. And if you spent your childhood in rural areas or grew up with grandparents, you might remember simple evenings when Grandpa would pour a warm glass of milk, sprinkle a few almonds on top, and share tales of the past. Unhurried, unassuming, yet filled with a sense of safety and tranquility. Sleep back then didn't come from pills or from turning off your phone late at night. It came from true relaxation of both body and mind. If your recent nights have been filled with too much tossing and turning, perhaps it's time to return to that simplicity. A few almonds before bedtime, not to fill your stomach, but to send a signal to your body. We're okay, and it's time to rest. A small habit, but sometimes it's these little things that hold the key to big changes. If almonds are the quiet gatekeeper guarding your night's sleep, then kiwi is like the gentle guide, leading you through the tranquil garden of dreams. Small, fuzzy-skinned, seemingly unremarkable. Yet inside each kiwi lies a perfect ecosystem of sleep-supporting nutrients that few other fruits can rival. Did you know? A study conducted by a medical university astonished the scientific community when it found that people who ate 2 kiwis each night for 4 weeks experienced significant improvements in both the duration and quality of their sleep. Specifically, the time to fall asleep was reduced by nearly 35%. Deep sleep duration increased by over 13%, and the number of awakenings after sleep onset dropped markedly. The question is, what makes a small fruit like this able to produce such remarkable effects? The answer lies in a neurotransmitter called serotonin, which kiwis are rich in. Serotonin not only helps regulate mood, making you feel relaxed and happy, but also plays an extremely important role in regulating the body's sleep-wake cycle. When serotonin levels are balanced, the brain can more easily produce melatonin at the right time, naturally guiding you into sleep. In addition, kiwi is also high in antioxidants such as vitamin C and polyphenol, silent warriors that help reduce inflammation and improve neurological health. For older adults who frequently suffer sleepless nights due to mild stress or anxiety, this is the over-the-counter remedy that nature kindly provides. And there is something very heartwarming about holding a peeled kiwi in your hand, sliced into thin rounds. The sweet tart, refreshing flavor spreads across your tongue, evoking memories of backyard afternoon snacks when grandchildren gathered around, and somewhere in your heart, that sense of peace gently returns. You don't need much, just 1 kiwi about an hour before bedtime can make a difference. It's not an instant cure, but a gentle and sustainable investment in your sleep. Night after night, quietly and naturally, like the silent footsteps of a guide in the darkness. A study published in a medical journal in 2017 made many sleep specialists rethink their recommendations. Participants who regularly drank passion flower tea for 1 week saw a significant increase in deep sleep duration and a reduction in nighttime awakenings. Notably, these benefits were achieved without any sleeping pills. You may never have heard of passion flower tea, but in Western herbal medicine, it's a familiar name. Scientifically known as Passiflora incarnata, this herb has long been used by Native Americans to reduce anxiety, improve mood, and especially promote restful sleep. In modern medicine, passion flower is being rediscovered for its clear scientific evidence of effects on the central nervous system, particularly in calming the overactive signals that keep you tossing and turning. The mechanism by which passion flower tea works is thought to originate from enhancing the activity of gamma-aminobutyric acid, GABA, a natural inhibitory neurotransmitter that soothes the brain, relaxes the nervous system, and helps you escape that on-edge feeling. When GABA levels rise, heart rate slows and neurological activity decelerates, a perfect prelude for the brain to switch into rest mode. What makes passion flower tea a particularly worthy choice for older adults is its safety profile. It does not cause dependence and won't leave you groggy the next morning like many synthetic sleep medications. Simply enjoy a cup of warm tea about 30 minutes before bedtime, and you'll feel relaxation spread gradually as if an invisible blanket is gently enveloping the day's overworked nerves. Another study also confirmed that older adults who drank passion flower tea each night for 2 weeks experienced markedly improved sleep quality. especially in the deep sleep phase, which is crucial for cellular recovery and memory consolidation. And if you're wondering, where can I find this tea? The good news is that passion flower tea is now available at many organic food stores in the U.S. in tea bag or loose leaf form. Just be sure to choose a pure variety with no added artificial flavors. This can become your gentle companion on the journey to naturally restore your sleep. If you're thinking, it's just one cup of tea, how can it have such a powerful impact on sleep? You're certainly not alone. But this is the miraculous beauty of nature. The smallest things can create the biggest changes. And if you agree, or even if you're still skeptical, leave a 1 if you agree, or a 0 if you're still unsure. We want to hear your true feelings in the comments below because each of your experiences is a priceless piece in the journey to peaceful sleep. And if you think one cup of tea is surprising enough, just wait until we talk about a nut that seems dry, but is actually a treasure for seniors' sleep. Walnuts. These little nuts, often seen in American baked goods or salads, are among the top natural sources of melatonin. Melatonin, the name you've heard repeatedly in sleep medicine literature, is the hormone that regulates your circadian rhythm, signaling when it's time to sleep and when it's time to wake. But walnuts don't stop at melatonin. They also contain omega-3 fatty acids, specifically alpha-linolenic acid, YLA, a healthy fat that reduces inflammation, supports the nervous system, and enhances brain function. Many studies have shown that regular walnut consumers not only sleep better, but also have a lower risk of depression, a major contributor to insomnia in older adults. Another advantage of walnuts is their ability to boost serotonin synthesis, the neurotransmitter linked to relaxation and happiness. And you know, when serotonin levels are high, your body naturally produces more melatonin, like two close friends working together to build a peaceful night's sleep. So, if each evening you add a few walnuts to your light snack, alongside a cup of passion flower tea, as we discussed earlier, not only are you nourishing your body, but you're also sending a gentle signal to your brain. It's time to rest. When you think of walnuts, the nut often only appreciated in adulthood, you might smile knowingly. But what if I told you that the next item on this journey to reclaim peaceful sleep can evoke childhood memory? Close your eyes for a moment. Do you remember those summer afternoons, running around your grandparents' yard with your mouth stained red from hastily picked sour cherries? Not everyone grew up near cherry trees, but that tart, fragrant flavor, sometimes so sour it made you pucker, remains etched in many people's memories. And now, tart cherry juice is not just a nostalgic drink, but a lifesaver for sleepless nights. The reason is, scientists have discovered that older adults who drink tart cherry juice twice a day can extend their nightly sleep by up to 84 minutes. Not by magic, but thanks to the extremely high natural melatonin content in tart cherries. Melatonin, as we mentioned with walnuts, is the conductor of the body's biological clock. But tart cherry juice offers a double benefit. It reduces inflammation and oxidative stress, two silent enemies that prevent the brain from relaxing and disrupt sleep. In addition, this small fruit contains anthocyanins, a group of powerful antioxidants that can boost memory and improve mood, helping older adults feel more at ease before bedtime. A good night's sleep is not just about closing your eyes, but also about calming the mind. And tart cherries seem to soothe it, like a comforting embrace from memory. You can try drinking a small glass about 30 minutes before bed, choosing the unsweetened kind. Its gentle tartness may make you pucker at first, but that night, when you lie down and find yourself drifting off so easily, you may well smile. Do you remember the last time you slept straight through from evening until morning? Perhaps just one sip of tart cherry juice each evening is what brings you closer to those peaceful nights. Or when the living room lights dim and the cozy armchair invites a quiet evening, there is one thing that many older adults find soothing from within: a warm cup of chamomile tea. This simple beverage is not just a habit, but a sacred ritual to close the day. Its delicate aroma, hinting of dried flowers and honey, makes you want to slow down, sit back, and simply breathe. Chamomile tea has been used for centuries by Europeans and Americans as a natural remedy to relax the nerves and support sleep. But recently, scientists have clarified why it works so well. Research shows that chamomile tea contains apigenin, a flavonoid antioxidant that binds to receptors in the brain, triggering drowsiness, reducing anxiety, and improving sleep quality in chronic insomniacs. Unlike sleeping pills that leave you groggy and fatigued the next morning, chamomile tea gently lulls you to sleep without any side effects. Picture a crisp autumn evening when you curl up in a thick blanket on a chaise by the window. Outside, streetlights reflect on wet pavement. Inside, you hold a book and sip chamomile tea, an experience that can calm even the most restless mind. Do you often end your day with such a slow moment? If so, leave a comment below with one. If you've never tried it, feel free to share with zero. Who knows, just one small cup of tea might transform an entire night. And then, when life's pace slows, what do you remember from childhood? Was it the moment before bedtime, when you sat on the wooden chair by the dining table, cradling a warm cup of milk your mother had just heated, savoring the milky scent in the air and the distant radio playing from the next room? That was not just a memory, but a loving ritual that helped many children sleep soundly every night. And interestingly, modern science has confirmed that those cups of milk truly support sleep, even when we reach our 60s and 70s. Milk and dairy products such as cheese or plain yogurt contain tryptophan, an essential amino acid that helps the body produce serotonin and melatonin. These are the two regulators of the sleep cycle. In one published study, scientists reported that consuming tryptophan-rich foods in the evening, especially when combined with light exercise like a walk after dinner, can significantly improve sleep quality in older adults. No need for anything elaborate. Sometimes, just a cup of plain yogurt with a few slices of low-sugar fruit in the evening is enough to evoke that warm, peaceful feeling from childhood. And no, having a light snack before bed is not unscientific, as long as you choose the right things. Low in sugar, rich in nutrients, and easy to digest. We've journeyed together, from almonds and kiwi to a gentle cup of chamomile tea, and now to a warm glass of milk at day's end. They are not merely foods, but tiny arms carrying us from wakefulness back to the soothing land of sleep, where the body restores itself and the mind finds ease. Do you remember that feeling? If you've experienced it or still keep this habit today, please share it with us. And if not, perhaps tonight is the time to start. Sleep is more than shutting your eyes. It is the moment for the body to regenerate, heal, and keep your mind clear. Better sleep means you can wake up refreshed, step out of bed without dazedness or fatigue, and be ready to enjoy a new day, whether spending time with family, tending the garden, or simply savoring a morning coffee in peace. Are you incorporating any of these foods into your daily routine? Or do you have a special sleep tip you've tried and found effective? Share your experience in the comments below, because your story may be a priceless gift to others struggling with restless nights. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like it, share it with loved ones, and subscribe to our channel to join us on future health journeys. Every share of yours is a message of encouragement to the entire senior community, reminding them, you are not alone. Together we face the changes of aging with resilience and positivity. And if you want to hear more about practical health topics and scientific advice that's easy to apply every day, turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. Finally, remember this. No matter how difficult your sleep has been, today could be the day you start anew. And the right, gentle, consistent food choices are the first step. We believe you can do it. Wishing you a truly restful sleep tonight, just like when you were a child, sleeping soundly in the comforting embrace of healthy habits.